Run it back, nation. What is good? It is your boy DJ Eastwood. Run it back, Philly. No frauds, no fanboys, no intros. I've never had an intro. If you think I've ever had an intro, you're lying to yourself. Or your name is, never mind, I'm not going to say it. You guys could put it in the comments if you want to. Join us tonight on Playback TV for the Sixers Minnesota Timberwolves game, the second game of a back-to-back, which is probably why the Sixers didn't give a flying crap about this Pacers game, and it was just ridiculous. It was a spectacle. It was kind of like a small-scale metaphor of the NBA regular season. Nobody cared. Nobody cared at all, but we had a blast watching it in the playback room, playback.tv/runitbackphilly. We had 84 live viewers last night. Come through there, join the growing community, Playback TV. 84 is a serious number for an app that is not official. It is in beta. It's not being promoted on a mainstream level whatsoever. It's not being promoted at all besides content creators pushing links. So thank you for coming through and getting us to a new record, 84 viewers in the playback room. That is playback.tv/runitbackphilly. Let's get right down to it. The Sixers beat the Pacers 147-143, and the fact that the Sixers even won this game is hilarious because they did not give a single fuck about this game. I mean, it might be because they were scheduled a back-to-back on the road in towards the end of the NBA season, and they were kind of felt slighted by the NBA, so they said, screw this, let's not try, but they were not trying. I mean, to give up 143 points to the 29-37 Indiana Pacers is ridiculous. I haven't seen this little care for a basketball game since 2K started to copy and paste. You know what I'm saying? We were honestly teasing the Pacers this whole game. To play like this, toy around with the Indiana Pacers this whole game and still win was like a girl in a bar flirting with a guy for 3 hours just accepting free shots, and then the guy thinks he's going to score. He thinks he's going to take her home, and she says, sorry, my friends are leaving. That's what we did. We messed around with them for 3 hours, had some fun. The Pacers thought they were going to win the game, and we were like, slow your roll there, buddy. You're not getting you're not getting everything. Okay, we gave you 143 points, but we're not giving you the dub. Yeah, so Joel Embiid finished this game with 5 rebounds. A 7'2", 285-pound center like Joel Embiid, who can, if he tries, can get 5 rebounds in 5 minutes. Finish an entire basketball game with 5 rebounds. That should tell you everything you need to know about this game. He was not really playing any defense, watching players do layups in front of his face like TJ McConnell. I honestly think if TJ McConnell did 10 layups in front of me, I would block one of them. I'm 5'10", and haven't gotten cardio in 6 years. I still think I would get at least one block on TJ McConnell. I really think that. Joel, go ahead, TJ. Do your thing. TJ McConnell shushed his own fans being down by 6 points. Speaking of DJ McConnell, I don't really understand what that means. I don't know if TJ McConnell understands what shushing means, but he scored a basket. He was cooking a little bit. He was really feeling himself. He forgot that he's just TJ McConnell. Gave the crowd a little shush, which doesn't make sense in your home stadium, but we're going to let TJ McConnell live. That is a, Sixers process legend. Embiid was cooking Miles Turner the whole game without trying. When he really wanted to, he got under the basket, put Miles Turner completely inside the rim like he was backing down a 6-year-old on a Fisher-Price net. You could tell what was happening. When Joel Embiid really wanted to score and really wanted to try, it was easy. And he was just straight up load managing throughout the game and not playing any defense and not rebounding. And that's honestly what happened. Miles Turner then tried to dunk on Embiid from the foul line in the second half, which is funny because he wasn't even close to the rim, and that was embarrassing. I put that clip on Instagram and Twitter from the playback stream. So if you're not following me on Instagram or Twitter at RunItBackPhilly, what are you really doing with your life? Go watch that clip, all right? Some other things we got to talk about in this game. Jalen McDaniels in the starting lineup. Obviously, you're playing without Tobias Harris, without P.J. Tucker. Jalen McDaniels gets the start. Jalen McDaniels scored 14... No, Jalen McDaniels scored, where the hell is he at? Had 20 points, his first 20-point game as a Philadelphia 76er. So he gets his first start. He drops 20 points, 8 rebounds, 8 for 13 from the field. He did have 5 fouls, but he's a young player who's long and athletic and fouls a lot. But shout out to Jalen McDaniels for dropping 20 points in his first start as a Philadelphia 76er. I wouldn't take that and scream from a mountaintop. I wouldn't take really anything positive or negative from this game. Just throw this game completely in the trash. But shout out to Jalen McDaniels. You know, he looked spry. He looked fast. He looked his defensive instincts were on display, you know, causing havoc for the offense, causing turnovers, getting out in transition, up and under finish in transition. I haven't seen this many transition buckets for the Philadelphia 76ers probably since about 2009. All right, so, you know, it's nice to have players like Jalen McDaniels on the floor. Now, will Doc Rivers continue to play Jalen McDaniels? I don't know. Can you find a spot where Jalen McDaniels can play 30 minutes in an NBA game when P.J. Tucker and Tobias Harris are healthy? I don't know. Do I think the Sixers are better without P.J. Tucker and Tobias Harris because of this game? No, you can't. I mean, I don't know. You let me know in the comments. Are they? Can you really take anything from this game? Like, I'm just saying, don't get too high, don't get too low, because this game was an absolute joke. But shout out to Jalen McDaniels for doing his thing in the starting lineup, and it was a lot of fun having those young athletes fly up and down the floor. DeAnthony Melton, Jalen McDaniels, Paul Reed. You know, I enjoyed it. James Harden had 20 assists in the game. He didn't shoot the ball well. He only made 3 baskets the entire game. He was 3 for 11 from the field. He was 1 for 6 from three-point range. The 1 3 that he made was a desperation shot where he was trying to draw a foul, which was funny. So really, when he tried to make shots, he was 0 for 5 from 3. Had 9 rebounds. He had more rebounds than Joel Embiid, which is also funny. But he had 20 assists. James Harden's second 20-assist game for the Philadelphia 76ers, and he's quite obviously the only player in Sixers history to have multiple 20-assist games. So James Harden finishes with 14 points and 20 assists. Tyrese Maxey continues in the starting lineup, continues to play well in the starting lineup. I don't know. There's this guy named DJ Eastwood who once put out a video that said all of the reasons you shouldn't bench Tyrese Maxey. One of the main reasons was that Tyrese Maxey is not an offense creator. He is a pure bucket getter. He struggles to create offense. He feeds more off of guys that can attract a defense. He feeds more off of James Harden and Joel Embiid. And you saw it in this game. He was getting wide open shots left and right because the Pacers are really bad and they were trying to double Harden, double Embiid, leaving Maxey wide open. But that's really Maxey's. He just fits so perfectly. The end of last season, his game went to another level when James Harden joined the team. The beginning of this season, his game was on another level. He's such a perfect number 3 to Joel Embiid and James Harden that I know it's cool when you see 24 points and you don't really watch games, you're just box score watching like most people do these days. Nobody watches games anymore. They just look at box scores and they say Maxey had 24 and we only had 15 off the bench. We should move Maxey to the bench so we get that scoring output on the bench, but you're not really watching the game to understand that scoring output doesn't just come from nowhere. That scoring output comes because Tyrese Maxey has wide open shots all night because he's on the floor with James Harden and Joel Embiid. All right, it's time to put the calculators down, stop watching the box score, watch games. I'm just telling you. Or if you don't want to do that, you could just watch my show and get all the knowledge you need because I just keep continuing to be right about these things. And it's not hard because it's not rocket science. It's very basic stuff. Anyway, Maxey has 24 in the starting lineup, 8 for 13 from the field, 6 for 9 from 3. Nice number right there, 6 for 9. But yeah, he was wide open. He was wide open, left and right. I posted a couple screenshots on Twitter just a couple of minutes ago. He was absolutely just wide open. Keep starting Maxey. Keep these rotations going. PJ Tucker and Tobias Harris comes back. We'll see if Doc figures out a way to continue to play Jalen McDaniels. We will just see. Shake Milton was sniper shake in this game. I was screaming it during the live stream on Playback TV. Sniper shake was just money. 4 for 6 from 3. I call him Sniper Shake because that's his Twitter handle. And there was a period of time where he went through some injuries, I think, and just kind of fell out of the rotation. He's had some bad shooting slumps. There was a couple of games ago, he only played 1 minute in the game, and he was perfectly healthy. So it's nice to see Shake Milton come back and contribute, have a good shooting night, get back to that Sniper Shake mentality that he used to have. And in 30 minutes, he had 15 off the bench, was 4 for 6 from 3, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. And I remember those days when rookie rookie Maxey was coming off the bench, and you would get those games where Shake was giving you 15, Maxey was giving you 15, and you had two real sparks off the bench. And then Shake, went through a couple of injuries over the course of a couple of seasons and kind of, looked like he was falling off. So it's really nice to see Shake get his shot back, his confidence back. Again, don't take too much from it. Both of these teams didn't play any defense, but Shake had 15 points off the bench, and that makes me happy. Daniel House Jr. came back from the dead in this game. Yeah, Daniel House Jr. played 18 minutes in this game and had 10 points and was 4 for 5 from the field, 2 for 3 from three-point range, and had 4 assists. Daniel House Jr. back from the dead. I've been playing Days Gone on PC lately. I think I saw Daniel House Jr. on that game, chasing me, coming out of a grave. Daniel House Jr. It begs the question, is Daniel House Jr. as washed as we think he is? Answer me in the comments. Is Daniel House Jr. as washed as we have thought he was? Or does Doc Rivers just not know how to use him correctly? Or do the Indiana Pacers just suck this much that they made Daniel House Jr. look good? You answer that in the comments for me. I don't know what else to say on Daniel House Jr. Again, I can't really assess anything from this game, but it was nice to see Daniel House kind of get back to his old self, athletic, making transition plays, playing some hard defense, hitting wide open threes, hit a step back three, had a couple of nice assists, a couple, a pump fake and drive and dish. He had a nice no-look assist to Paul Reed in the fourth quarter for a dunk. I'm gonna lean to the side of the Indiana Pacers are just so bad defensively that they made Daniel House Jr. look like a high-level NBA player. We'll see if it continues. A couple more things in this video. I'm still glad we didn't make the Tyrese Halliburton trade when he was offered up for James Harden. That's simply because if I had to watch that shot form for the next 5 to 10 years, I would quit and become a NASCAR fan. Okay. Paul Reed in this game, off the bench, 11 minutes, 8 points, 4 rebounds, played great defense in a lot of parts of this game. He had 3 blocks in the game. He had an absolutely disrespectful block in the second half, or he just completely palmed the ball from Wharton or whatever the hell his name is and slammed it into the ground. I'm loving the minutes for Paul Reed. I want the minutes to continue for Paul Reed. He's developing on both ends of the floor. He only had 1 personal foul in 11 minutes. That's a serious development for Paul Reed to be playing defense without fouling. It seems like NBA officials are starting to learn who Paul Reed is, so they don't just automatically blow the whistle when he steps on the floor. I want to see the Paul Reed minutes continue at backup center. And we will see. We still have this fear that Dwayne Dedmon's going to be healthy and Doc Rivers is going to play him. We still have this fear that in the playoffs, Doc Rivers would rather play 37-year-old PJ Tucker at backup center than Paul Reed. All of those fears are valid. We'll just have to see what happens as we continue. And the last thing is the end of the game took forever. I really just wanted to watch the Cleveland Cavaliers Boston Celtics overtime. The Sixers were up 10. They just couldn't make it easy. They couldn't just end the game. The Pacers kept hitting a shot and fouling. It was dragging out. Everybody was annoyed, but we continued to watch it because we love torturing ourselves with Sixers basketball. They can't just finish a game and close it out. They got to give me an aneurysm every single game of the 82-game season. It is what it is. They won the game. They teased and toyed around with the Indiana Pacers, played absolutely zero defense, gave up 143 points. We'll see what they do tonight against the Minnesota Timberwolves. There's no excuse to not have energy tonight because they did not exert any energy last night. So if they get stomped by the Timberwolves or give up 143 points to them, that's you can't blame it on a back-to-back because the Sixers flat out did not try in this game. But we'll just see what they look like tonight against the Minnesota Timberwolves. I honestly can't believe I spent 14 minutes even recapping this game. Everybody that watched this game should completely just crumble it up and throw it in the trash. It was an absolute joke. But we got the W, and the Celtics lost, so we jump up 1 game on the Celtics in the standings. So it matters to that degree, but not much else outside of that. Thank you for tuning in. Join me on Playback TV tonight, playback.tv/runitbackphilly. And y'all have a great day, man. Peace.